my name's Hannah. I'm a tutor at Sky Academy. We are looking at the topic of algebra within the Year 12 Standard 2 HSC course. And we are looking at non-linear relationships. So this is our 8th video in this topic. It's also our final video. And we are going to be looking at direct variation. So direct variation is when one quantity increases as the other increases. So we might have two quantities increasing. So for example, the more food you eat, the heavier you may weigh. That's two increasing variables together. So it is direct variation. In our previous video, in number 7, we looked at inverse variation, and that is in the form y equals k on x. This is direct variation, is a little different. It uses the model y equals kx, so it's directly related. So they're the differences between direct and inverse. You just have to know what the two are. So if you get a question that says inversely, then you know to use this fraction here, y equals k on x. And if you know a variable increases through direct variation, you know to use this one here. So here they have an example for us. Volume varies directly as the cube of the radius. So as the radius increases, so does the volume. And let's have a look at a example question now. So the height of a person varies directly to their mass. So as a person gets taller, they may weigh more. The height of a person weighing 70 kilograms is 158.2 centimeters. Find the mass of an 180 centimeter tall person. So just like in inverse variation, we have two values that we know, and we are going to use those two values to find k, the constant, and use k plus the other value that we know to find the value that we don't know. So let's go ahead and write up the equation that we're going to model off, which is y equals kx. And now let's sub for the two values that we do know. So the height of a person, h, varies directly to their mass. So if someone weighs, someone is 158.2 centimeters tall, that's their height, equals k times their mass, which is 70 kilograms. So let's now solve this for k. And to get k by itself, we're going to do 158.2 divided by 70, and that will give us the answer of 2.26. So k, our constant, is going to equal 2.26. So I'm just color coding this so we know what goes with what. Okay, now let's solve using k and the value that we do know. Solve for the mass, which we don't know. So height, which is 180 centimeters tall, equals k, the constant, 2.26, times their mass. We've got to figure out what the mass is. So mass is going to equal 180 divided by 2.26, because we're taking 2.26 underneath, because we're doing the opposite of times, we're dividing. And so therefore our mass is going to equal 79.6 kilograms. So now let me color code. For our m value, which is what we were trying to find. So that's in green. Our pink value and our pink value. And so I'm just going to show what was what. So we have 3 colors. Our yellow was what we knew. The two variables that we knew. That should say that we knew. Then our purple was the constant k and the 1 variable that we knew. And green was what we found. So we used the 2 variables that we know, which was in yellow, to solve for the purple k constant. Once we found k constant, we used that k and the variable that we did know, 180, to solve for what we didn't know, and what we found was the mass. So that's how you do direct variation, much the same as inverse variation. You just create a equation, sub for your equation, find k constant, and use k the constant to find the unknown variable. The only thing to be aware of is the 2 different formulas. So inverse is a fraction where y equals k on x, and direct is a direct times where y equals k times x.